Part 2, 1.2 Simple Random Sampling Notes. So our goal was to determine best practices for using a census versus a random sample. So here's a chart that helps break it down a little bit for sampling versus census. So part of the population is sampling. We're using a random device like a coin toss or a table of random numbers or a random number generator. Those would be methods for sampling. For a census, that's when you're actually surveying the entire population. So a survey or a census would be a survey that is distributed to all. Now, to best understand the responses of the entire class, which would be a representative sample. So if we were doing a survey to determine who in the class has after-school time available, and we wanted to take a representative sample, what would be the best way to do that? Would it be to sample responses from all the boys in the class, or sample responses from all the vocalists in the class, all of the Fairfield High School students, or just half of the student responses at random? Yep, it's D. So sampling anyone at random would be a better representative sample than just choosing a specific group and sampling, because each one of those would have bias. So then we have a representative sample, and that is a sample that reflects as closely as possible the relevant characteristics of the population, of the characteristics of the population. There we go. That is population under consideration. So it actually eliminates, if you have a representative sample, it eliminates unintentional selection bias, like we saw above. It's a sampling procedure for which each possible sample of a given size is equally likely to be the one obtained. And the sample must be representative in order to use inferential statistics to draw conclusions about the entire population. So a bias sample would be a sample chosen to represent the population either intentionally or unintentionally. A sample chosen to represent the population in either intentionally or unintentionally favoring a particular group. Random number tables is our last topic, and that is one method for obtaining a simple random sample. Because obtaining a simple random sample by picking slips of paper
Lakota students, Northwest students, and Fairfield students report to the Wealth Information. Lakota, Northwest, Fairfield, Lakota,
So because obtaining a simple random sample by picking slips of paper out of a box is usually impractical, especially when the population is large, we use several practical procedures to get a simple random sample. So one of those methods is to use a table of random numbers, or a table with randomly chosen digits. So for example, a class has 50 students. Use the second row of digits in the random number table below to select a simple random sample of 3 students. If the students are numbered 1 to 50, what are the numbers of the 3 students selected? So to use this, it tells you where to go. It says the second row of digits. So we're going to go right here. So first of all, what would be the first number, the first 2-digit number? 76. Right? And then 34. And then 86. and then 91, and then 79, 59, 31, 89, and 50. So we have 76, 34, 86, 91, 72, 95, 93, sorry, I lost track. 86, 91, 72, 95, 93. Let's see, 76, 34, 86, 91. And then I said 79, so I skipped the 2. Whoops. 72. And then 95, 93, 18, so there's the 18, 95, and 6. And we're looking for the first 3 of these numbers that are between 1 and 50. So not 76, 34 would be 1, not 86 or 91 or 72 or 95 or 93, but 18. So there we have
Madison High School students.
2 numbers, and then finally our third number. Now, so our 3 students would be 34, 18, and 6. And that is how to use a random number table. Now, sometimes you'll have random number tables that look a little bit different, or the description is a little bit different, so I wanted to show you one of those. So sometimes you have or we would be referencing a column in a random number table, and this is not in your notes. So you may be asked to select 15 random numbers between 1 and 28, and it says, sorry, here we go, it's on this page. Use a random number table that appears in Appendix A as Table 1, and like I said, it will tell you exactly where to go. Selecting 15 numbers. Let's see. Starting with 69. So we would start here and go down the column looking for 3-digit numbers, and then we would return and go up the column. So there's a couple different ways to find your digits, or to find your random numbers, and you're looking for potentially different lengths of numbers. Here it's 3 digits, previously it was 2 digits. So that's our notes on simple random sampling.